Everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. This is our Path of the Damned Herald run, and this is episode 24, I believe. We just started the Bardato Valera quest, so and Aloth has leveled during it. So let's do some stuffs, shall we? Okay, so Aloth has some interesting things here, but so these are grim options. The ones that have the little check mark, that means we got grims. We got Lingrath's displaced image last time. I actually don't think we want any of these things. Swift, the deleterious alacrity of motion is actually quite good, but you lose -3 health per second for 3 seconds. You know what, though? Rapid recovery actually counteracts this. Holy shit. Rapid recovery actually counteracts this. That's a very powerful buff. That's actually really interesting, because 15% action speed is actually very strong, but Swift on top of it, +5 dexterity, immunement to engagement, and 100% strike. That means if someone comes up on Aloth, he can just walk away without any penalty, and he'll do so very quickly. That's, now that I think about it, that's actually really cool. Yeah, I think we take that, because I don't really, especially since I don't really think there's much else going on right now. Like, combat focus for concentration could be pretty good. Yeah. Absolutely. Huh. Okay, let's take that. Exposed vulnerabilities could be good too. We'll go with deleterious alacrity of motion. I think we just take rods, cause Your
orders, not a problem, Captain.
Okay, so we did one of those. So I guess let's go ahead and head into the Bardato and Valera estates. We're just going to go ahead and explore all of the locations in Nekataka as we come to them. Laro Bardato.
Out for trouble or taking in the sights?
We've got the Bardato vault here. Interesting. Very interesting. The guard captain takes his time moving to the barred door, his armor creaking with every step. He apprises you with a lazy sweep of the eyes, while his fingers curl casually about the hilt of his blade.
You have an appointment to see the vault, sir?
I was just exploring.
Deveris? Just exploring the vault that holds the Bardato fortune? Per Complanca, go upstairs before I have to sully my lady's tiles.
Okay. The captain makes a hurting motion with his arms as he shepherds you towards the stairs. Yeah. That's fine. I was just exploring. It's fine. I didn't know. You didn't have like a sign that says vault or anything.
Laro has returned to the estate intact. Perfetto.
Nara loosens her grip on her ledger.
Too much Bardato blood has been spilled in the name of Vengiata.
I get the feeling that there's still some unfinished business.
Fuck. Nothing has been solved, only delayed. Here, for your discretion.
She passes you a pouch of coins and adds a short mark to her ledger before snapping it shut. You gain 800 copper.
You have not met Mother, have you?
Nera thumbs her chin, leaving a spot of ink behind.
I'm certain she'll have work for someone invested in the family.
Interesting.
Speak free. Not a problem, Captain. Ishi. Quiet time.
A fine pistol. I'm actually very glad to have checked that. Fine Journal of Jonas. My son, tomorrow I become the effigy. Tomorrow I become Skane's embodiment on Aora. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip. For months we met by secret conclave to plot our landlord's demise, all the while working the fields as if our hearts were content. Skane teaches us to plot with the mind while keeping one's face impassive, inscrutable. Fair fights are for those with armies. The quiet slave is our whetstone, our focus. In his worship, our cause finds focus, clarity, and possibility. Tomorrow, my master chokes on his own whip. By the time you read this, I will be dead. I pray Skane does not abandon me for speaking of my plotting, but a son deserves to know how his father died. For I have volunteered to be the effigy. Skane will inhabit my body, using this old farmer's simple flesh as a puppet of godly rage. I have been shaved and anointed. Tomorrow morning, I will be your father in name only, as my manhood will be removed, my nose and ears removed, and my useless mortal eyes will be replaced with flint stones through which Skane might see the world. My son, I am sorry for the lies I have told you these past few seasons, but Skane demands secrecy. Even your mother knows nothing of my furtive service to the quiet slave. Curse my name if you must, but never weep for me, for I die for the betterment of our community, to smite our Lord's corruption from the face of Aora. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip, for tomorrow I become the effigy. That's fucking intense. Ooh.
What have we here?
What have we here?
Ishi.
Well, if
Quiet
you
time.
insist. There you go. Happily.
Scroll of Blessing, which is kind of whatever. And a
I'll
Peridot.
try my best. It's no trouble.
Scroll of Stag's Horns. Some golden souls.
Ah, yes. The newcomer. I thought you might visit.
Save.
Lady Izali Bardato. Custom dictates I say at your service. But I have not the time for such lies.
She regards you with cool expression, but stands with a fighter's poise.
You saw my son dueling with the Valera boy. At least he survives to learn from his mistakes. When Valera and Bardato cross each other, only blood and sorrow remain.
Izali sighs, her gaze turning away. Do you see your families ever making peace?
Perhaps in time, if great Wodica judges us worthy of supporting the company.
Huh.
Word has spread fast about the little spectacle of the dogs. You've certainly caught everyone's attention. Perhaps the Watcher of Kadnua and House Bardato can help one another.
Her fucking crackling armor is super fucking cool. Just like passively over there sparking. Right? What is it you want?
Queen's Beth whispers of a Valera plot against my family. Something grander than pointless duels. You are a newcomer to the Deadfire, uniquely positioned to loosen Valera tongues.
She taps her chin and regards you thoughtfully.
Zilly Valera strums a lute by the watchtowers. A meek-tempered boy. Fonder of song and drink than the family business. He might spill something of his family's affairs.
What if there is no plot against the Bardatos?
Then I will sleep better at night.
Izali shrugs, her brow furrowed.
My hopes do not hinge on being proven right at every turn.
Wouldn't the governor take an interest in this treachery?
The governor is interested in how much luminous adra we can export. Nothing else matters. To that end, I look forward to the day when we won't need Valera thugs backing our interests.
I'll go and see what I can get out of Zili.
Try not to alert the Valeras of our knowledge. That is the point of involving an outside agent.
Okay. Religion and insight. You notice something unusual. Your attention is drawn to Azali's desk. Among the assorted ledgers and documents sits a brass seal, still dripping with heated wax. The drippings have dried into an almond-shaped pattern that resembles the shape of an eye fringed with bird feathers. A nictitating membrane? What does that mean? What does that mean? I love learning new words. Nictitating membrane is the first thing. Oh,
Nictate.
Sure, that's what nictate is. But what's nictitating? Gerund or present participle. Blink, basically. The lid of her left eye began to... It's like fluttering. A nictitating membrane is a transparent or translucent third eyelid present in some animals that can be drawn across the eye from the medial canthus to protect and moisten it. So it's like the bird or lizard blink. Okay. Gotcha. That's cool. A nictitating membrane flicks across the surface in a barely perceptible wink.
Are you still with me?
Izali breaks your focus by waving her hand in front of your face. She glances between you and her tidy desk, frowning. Sorry, I lost focus for a moment. That's the honest answer? Really? That doesn't seem very honest.
Well, I will endeavor to hold your interest next time.
Your family seems very well established here.
Ugh. My bank shoulders the costs of the Valiant Trading Company's operations in the Deadfire. It is said that no Valian may wipe themselves unless a Bardato signature approves it first.
If that's true, we gotta stop shaking hands with them.
I'm certain you've touched worse, farmhand.
Izali's mouth twitches, just sigh of a smirk. About this feud with the Valera family. Wait, why are the Bardatos and Valera feuding?
Because we do not belong in the same business. The Valeras are opportunists reaping the rewards of happenstance.
And can you blame them?
They're little better than the pirates they're charged with slaying.
Yeah, how good are you? About this feud with the Valera family.
Fratello doesn't make my affairs any easier with his wayward ambitions.
Izali motions for you to continue. It seems like a waste of your resources.
Doesn't it? This is no surprise to me.
Her eyebrows raise.
Fortunately, Atello has fewer resources to expend than I do.
Would you be willing to speak with Atello?
Oh dear. You're serious, aren't you?
She stifles a chuckle.
You think I'd put myself in pistol range of that old imp?
Maybe I could speak with him on your behalf, convince him to see reason.
I suppose it's not your honor, I doubt.
I get that because I have a super honest reputation.
I have little objection to discussing the matter. I simply doubt Atello will listen.
Fair enough.
Happy to oblige.
Okay.
Your
I'm gonna
orders?
save real quick.
Can do. Ishi. Quiet time.
Kinda scouting the room for things.
Ishi. Quiet time.
Nope. Okay.
Speak freely. Not a problem, Captain.
Nope. Okay.
I'm listening.
Let's check our drugs, shall we? We got some, what is it? If's putty. We don't have much though. So let's give ourselves a little bit of a save, shall we?
Aye, aye. Easily done. Don't mention it.
Thief's Putty, Silver Finning, Silver Loose. Yeah, we basically just regain that putty and get some money. So whatever.
Captain.
I'll take it.
I'm not a problem, Captain.
Plus, we get experience for, you know, doing an unlock. So that's cool. Alright, I think that's it. We head on out. So now to head to the Valera estate and see if we can't. I guess we should go talk to this Zilly first. If we can't arrange something. Say he was on the docks or that he was on one of the south towers. Don't remember. Check. Like the south towers. Apparently. Oh, did we need to turn a quest into what's her face?
Ack, my little privateer.
Still hunting Veen. Where'd you say he was? Around one of the local watchtowers. This could technically be over there, but it's probably up here. The watchtowers are gonna be these things, not the other spots. I would assume it's yeah, Zilly. My boy! This young man appears either to be composing or practicing a tune on his lute. He stops mid-strum, looks up at you with a friendly expression.
Hundreds nethers. Something I can do for you?
He stares at your head with disbelief. Just brutally honest. Let's try the brutally honest. Izali Bardado asked me to spy on you. Sighing, Maya pinches the bridge of her nose and shakes her head. Zilly blinks at you and opens his mouth to speak, hesitating. He raises a finger in the air.
I'm hardly one to judge, but I'm not sure you're getting the spy part entirely right.
He offers you a guileless smile. Yeah, let's just be straight diplomatic with him. I'm trying to find a way to stop your houses from killing each other.
You a distant Bardato cousin or something? I don't know how Etzali think I can help, but...
She seems to think you're in the know regarding some nefarious plot.
What? That doesn't make...
Zilly's face blanches.
And what is it you want to do with this information? Side with Etzali?
No, I want to stop you guys from fighting.
I may not approve of my family's methods, but I am not about to sabotage them either.
I'm trying to prevent this feud from escalating. I thought you would want the same.
Of course I do. I just...
Zilly scratches his cheek and glances over his shoulder.
I caught cousin Persa running her mouth off about the job Baldur got her involved in. Persa's been spending time in the gullet, in the tavern down there. Maybe she could tell you more.
Ah, interesting.
But before you go, Etzali can't hear about this. I told Persa and all the rest of them not to make trouble. If the Huana guards don't get us, Etzali will.
I'll consider it.
Atello still runs the family. Maybe you can get him and Etzali talking. Not that anyone listens to me.
Okay,
Captain.
that was interesting. Let's check and see. I'm interested to see if, if we lost reputation with Maya there. Oh, okay. So she obviously had a reaction like, "Oh, you're an idiot," but it wasn't a negative reputation reaction. So that's cool. Okay, so looks like we have we can do this find Persa stuff, but the gullets. Do I want to go to the Valiant Trading Company first, or do I want to go to the Valera estate first, or do I want to leave and do other stuff? I think we go the Valera estate first. I'm not sure if we can just skip the whole Zilly Persa stuff and just get the two families talking, but we might be able to. Obviously, I think we shouldn't. Because completing more quests will give us more experience, but let's see what our options are before we decide which direction to go. Ooh.
Indeed.
Speak freely. Just say the word. Ishi. Quiet time. I'll get that for you. Don't mention it. You were saying?
Valeria Ship Hunter.
What?
You're looking prettier than when you left, or so.
Merla, cut it out. You gonna make a habit of turning up?
Maybe.
Of course.
Kalakoth's Minor Blights. So wank.
Speak freely. Aye, aye. I'm listening. I'll get that for you. Can't take all the credit. You were saying?
Gotta look around for secrets. So Orso doesn't have anything to talk about.
Your orders? Aye, aye.
See if we can't. I wonder if we can't just. Right over there in the corner. Nope. Apparently not. No worries. We will just sneaky all the way over here and then walk real quick.
I'll get that for you. Don't mention it. Your orders?
Swank. You still worried? I love you. Feel you. You'll be okay. No worries.
I'm listening.
It'll all be alright. We get some mushrooms. I haven't done any crafting in a while. We should probably take a look at some of that. I bet we could make some money off some stuff. I'm not gonna do it right now though. Ooh, actually I do want to check. Can I make, I've got drugs. Can I make anything? Yeah, Taru Chew is pretty good. Svef is pretty good. Ripple Sponge is pretty good. Mouth Char is pretty good. Deadeye is really good. And Coral Snuff is amazing. Wow. Man. The only problem with drugs is you gotta go through withdrawals. In the game, obviously. Right. There's some awesome food, too, that we should keep an eye out. Incredible shark soup. Holy shit. It's so much good stuff. Alright, down here first.
Quietly now. Of course.
Stone joint. Oh, it's a poison. Ooh, that's a really good poison.
What if we hear?
Not a sound. Indeed. I'm here.
Still as a pond.
Vanity seems seldom used apart from the wash basin. A layer of dust settled on it.
Just a moment, please. Hope that helps.
Thief's Putty! Yeah! Copper Pyres. Nice. Man, I love this game. I love just chillaxing in this game. There's so many cool things to do. You know what? Actually, let's... While I'm thinking of that... Let's put that on Adair. Like, that's a cool thing to, like... Yeah. That's a cool thing to use poison on. Some crush damage, action speed reduction, stride reduction. That's neat. I wonder, can you apply poison to a ranged weapon? This ancient recipe has many names: Ashen Death, Statue Sickness, Tomb Skin. Its effects are immediate and disturbing. On contact, it causes the victim's flesh to quickly flower with an outbreak of stone-like growths, slowing movement, constricting limbs, and crushing bones and organs. Oh my goodness. It says it can go on any weapon. That's really cool, though. That's pretty cool. Major healing. Try to like keep our biggest spells. Like those are big fucking spells. Plague of Insects is big. Major healing is big. Form of the Helpless Beast is big. Those could be very valuable
I'm here.
in a fight.
Of course, I'd be glad to.
Am I supposed to play nanny? They listen to you, Martino. Enough. We have a guest.
You do have a guest. Oh, I want to rob the shit out of you guys. What's going on?
Ah, a new face in the Valera holds.
Atello Valera's face is lined and wary, but his coat is tidily buttoned, his posture faultless. Kajak, at your service.
Courtly manners are welcome here.
He inclines his head.
You kept Lara and Orso from the beyond. We could use such a mediator.
I agree.
Martino has need of muscle and brains outside of the Valera house.
Atello frowns towards his son. Tell me about this job.
Let me take point on this one, Father.
Martino pats Atello on the back and turns to you with a more severe, businesslike expression.
Some royal Deadfire crews have lately taken to pirate hunting. One such crew has been boasting of their victories near the Wild Mare, singing their Rauatai songs and making our clients anxious. Perhaps you've heard a few.
Martino looks at Maya, his crooked smile going flinty at the edges.
If songs make you people anxious, I can't wait for our next battle.
I really am not, generally speaking, I'm not a fan of the Valiant Trading Company. Nor am I a fan of the... Like, I'm not a fan of most of the factions. The Valiant Trading Company, especially not. And the, what's it? The Principi, I'm not a fan of either. The Rauatai, I'm somewhat more okay with, and the Huana, I'm somewhat more okay with, but none of them are good.
Hunting Principi dogs is our business. With all these problems with the Bardatos, now is not the time for competition from the Brass Citadel. It would be better if they took their business elsewhere.
When Atello isn't looking, Martino draws his thumb across his throat.
Oh, very subtle, Martino. I see now why your family is doing so well.
Maya folds her arms. I'll talk to these sailors for you. Diplomatic.
Wise. Though sometimes talking ends with a good bruise.
Aloth hums approvingly.
Perfito. I am sure the words of the Great Watcher will save the day.
Martino punctuates his sing-song mockery with an exaggerated sigh. You can be on the list, Martino.
Make sure those royal bastards understand the Queen's birth is Valera territory.
It's not Valera territory, it's Valian territory. There's a fucking difference, Martino. Ooh, I do like that they're both leaving, though.
Aye, aye.
Don't make this way easy.
Ishi, quiet time.
Ishi, quiet time. Atello Valera has carefully etched his signature into the glass housing this model. Deer dialects, other
Easily
stuff.
done. Can't take all the credit.
Valera Captain's Report. Atello, I do not write on behalf of the other captains of your illustrious fleet, but I hope that you understand my voice is still theirs, even if they are too proud to air a grievance. You and I have known each other too long to hide our thoughts from one another. I know that money is tight, and that you cannot spend what you do not have, but the royal Deadfire incursion and the boldness of the Principe have not made the waters between the Republics and Deadfire any calmer. Our ships are battered and bruised, nearly unrecognizable, as they are patched with the flotsam of our defeated foes. We make do with what little we have, but this is an exhausting and hopeless way of life. Send us the coin to make formal our repairs, or else we will abandon ship. The next vessel I captain will not bear our family's sigil. Please, brother. Captain Barabbas. Or Barabbas? Barabbas? I don't know. Either way, fucking cool. And another we have 2 of the final journals of Jonas.
You were saying? Not a problem, Captain.
Okay, so we've got Martino Valera down here.
Trouble sleeping, Watcher? Me, I sleep like an infant.
I don't have trouble sleeping, actually.
Good night, Watcher. We can speak in the morning.
Huh. Is it sleepy time? Is it sleepy time, Pumperdump? Darling baby, 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 bunkerboo. Okay, so, we've got some stuff to do. And go talk to these sailors. That should be a pretty easy starting point. Man, it's a long ass load time.
You're giving Ishi a weird look. What did he do?
I'm not giving him a weird look. He's giving me a weird look.
Are you using weird look combat for the bird? Like, what's going on there?
Whose guts twist her around like her rusty corkscrew? Oh, the sailor who can't hold down Queaky Stew.
Quakey? Quakey. Quakey? Really?
Maya Rua?
The sailor's eyes bulge. He prods his cohorts with an elbow and a shush. They all stand at attention.
Didn't think I'd find you in Queen's Berth, did ya? At ease, soldier.
Maya clasps her hands and squares her stance.
Apologies, ma'am. We promised to behave this time.
Swallowing, he looks over to you and nods.
Defiance Bay, am I right?
The sizable Amawa smiles and claps you on the shoulder, hard. Who are you again?
I was but a face in the crowd, but I remember the one who walked out of Hadred House alive.
Oh, shit. Yeah, like, okay, fair enough. A lot of people died in Hadred House. He claps you on the shoulder again, harder, and this time you recognize inebriation behind his enthusiasm.
He's had more than a few. Perhaps we should go before this ends in rambling professions of love.
He leans close to you, speaking low.
I must be seeing double, Elfman, because it's like there's a great big lady crouching on your shoulders.
Holy shit, this guy's got a fucking, like, eye into the ether. The sailor squints at Aloth and shrugs. Aloth presses his lips together and for a few seconds looks as if he's struggling against Isilmir.
To Takoa. May our enemies crumple under cannon shot.
Maya winks at the sailors and raises a fist. Shodi lifts her chin in interest.
To the motherland!
The sailor tosses back a tankard and wipes his mouth with the back of his sleeve. Martino Valera wants you out of a Queen's Berth. Honest.
Valera, one of the stuck-up pirate hunters. We move for no one, friend.
His expression darkens and his hand drops to his sides.
That's where you're wrong, soldier.
Calm the fuck down. Maya whistles through her teeth. Ishiza's feathers bristle at attention. I like that Maya's just siding with us on this. She's not like, you know, pissed off that we're trying to move them. Probably because she knows that they shouldn't be over here. They should be in the Brass Citadel, and that them being here is just a sign of trouble anyways. Thoughtful, Shodi rubs a knuckle under the edge of her jaw.
Meaning no disrespect, this is our shore leave.
He blinks and eases back from her. I think I'm just gonna, like, have at it. Take it away, Maya.
Am I hearing things? Or is this sailor asking to lose his lower jaw?
What the fuck? Maya pulls up her sleeve and stares down the group. Shodi lifts her chin in interest, and Aloth nods, a quiet smile etched across his lips.
Take your pick, Ashiza. The big one is mine.
Holy fucking shit, Maya! The bird narrows his eyes and lets out a piercing squawk.
Back to the ship! We should never have come!
That's fucking hilarious! Holy shit! Very interesting that Maya would react like that, but I can see it from her kind of, like, I can see her character doing that, right? This kind of, like, whip the soldiers into shape kind of mentality, you know? The sailors flee, stumbling on their feet in haste.
Off you go.
Maya winks down at Ashiza. Nice.
Captain, just say the word.
That was an unexpected. I honestly kind of thought we were gonna have to fight against Maya, maybe like piss her off. I was prepared to come back and do this with like a different group, but we didn't have to. It's very, very cool. All right, we turn into Martino, and we see what the next leg of our journey has to offer. Which place we can head to and rob blind next, you know? Oh, goodness. That's so much of an isometric game. I love playing, like, the rogue-style scenario and just stealing the shit out of everything. All right, Martino.
Trouble sleeping, Watcher?
Okay,
Me.
is it not a turn-in? It is.
I sleep like an infant. Trouble sleeping, Watcher? Me. I sleep like an infant.
Can we wait? We can. Time is it? Hour 24. TV's up at 6. He has moved. So I would assume so.
I no longer hear the perverted anthems of Rawatai echoing across Queen's Birth.
Martino nods with cautious approval. The Royal Deadfire Company's sailors are gone.
Gone without a scratch. To each their own.
Yeah, maybe you should take some fucking lessons, Martino. He unceremoniously tosses you a sack of coins, his interest already elsewhere. You absolutely should take some lessons, Martino, because you don't treat the people that do a good job for you callously.
Stick with me and you'll be on the winning side when the dust settles.
No. Your father, yes, Atello and Izali, right? They understand how to run families. They understand how to run businesses. You're the impetuous young piece of shit. Infighting only strengthens the Royal Deadfire Company.
Merla, you and my father are too alike.
You are not a... You should be more like your father.
Go on. I'm still waiting on word for the next job. You have a few days to decide where your loyalties lie.
Hey, we got Valera sales. Interesting.
Adu, what brings you to the Hall of the Valeras?
Okay, so do we want to... I'm going to go through some of the information here and see if it cancels out the Persa quest. What does your family do for the Valian Trading Company?
Valera ships escort goods and merchants from island to island across Deadfire. The Principe dogs show us their stern whenever they spot Valera colors on the horizon.
Okay. You're having some kind of trouble with the family next door.
Ach, the Bardato Bank shuts us out of investments and stifles our finances. This is the richest prospect on Iora, but we cannot grow our family business.
Why do they do that, though?
Can't make coin at the expense of others? Now that's a crying shame.
They're providing a service, but... Eyes narrow, the priestess crosses her arms over her chest.
If you know a better way of squeezing profit out of these islands, I'm open to hearing it. Ezal is a rich thug, and someday she will get what's coming to her.
I want to talk to you about the Bardatos.
If we must. What is it?
I have some frowning. Atello beckons you to continue.
Certainly.
Before we get there, fair warning, Azali Bardato knows you're planning something.
Ecosi, are you accusing me of something?
Atello's indignant scowl only deepens as he turns to his son.
Martino?
Que? I am always planning something.
Fuck you, Martino. You're a piece of shit.
Martino.
What can I do if Itzali worries without cause? She knows nothing that can hurt us.
Martino winks at you.
Captain?
Either you have good news, or you have overindulged at the tavern.
So we're gonna hit 5 real quick. I'm actually gonna load. And I think we're just gonna not talk to Atello. We're gonna do the Persa stuff first, because I'm curious to see if we have more options. I really don't like Martino. I think Martino's a piece of shit. And I think it would be really cool if we could present evidence to Atello that Martino is being a piece of shit. And I wonder if Atello would then be like, you know, what the fuck? You know, like actually do something to Martino for it. And then we can go the peace between the two houses route. So we're gonna try that and see how that goes. I think that'd be pretty cool. But first. What first? First? I don't know about but first, actually. Yeah, but first, let's go to... No, I don't want to go to the... Oh, it's closed right now anyways. I don't want to go to the Valian Trading Company without Palagina. I think. You guys want to go do some sailing real quick? Sansa, the cartographer in Queensbirth, asked me to survey the uncharted islands of the Deadfire Archipelago. He suggested I begin with the 2 uncharted islands to the north and south of Port Mage. It'd be really cool if I had, if people could name those islands. So...
Aethys, light of spring,
yeah, I don't know.
son of the world,
I don't know that I have enough
thou
viewers
givest
to
me
do that,
life
though.
and purpose.
But that would be really cool.
Aethys, light of spring, son of the world, thou givest me life and purpose.
Oh, Sam. Let's go do Shodi's quest. Let's go over to the whatchamacallit place and do Shodi's quest. The gullets, Erikis. We want to go to the Sacred Stair. And I think our plan, our goal is going to be to do Shodi's, go to the temple and do Shodi's next step. I say that. I think that's Shodi's next step. Let's actually check her quest. Lantern of Gaon. Oh, it doesn't say anything about that. Ah, Family Pride. Actually has this as a little bit more... Sinking feeling, okay. So sinking feeling and Family Pride is a little different. Man of Chimes, Sorcerer, and the Gentleman. Ah, right. Painted Mask, Archimir's Manor, Aloth. Ooh, goodness. Yeah, we've got a couple of different things. I say Tekehu. I love it. Tekehu. I say, let's just explore the Sacred Stair. Maybe we'll just make that the goal for tonight. We're just gonna try to explore as much of Nekataka as we can. I say that we probably only have the rest of this episode and one more. I'd love to keep playing. Maybe I do make tonight a long night. I do. So with the snows, I'm not going into work tomorrow, but I am probably going to be working tomorrow.
Happily.
So, Amulet of Health. Just hanging out. Anybody have an open amulet slot that we don't care about? Not really. Oh, well, we don't really care about... Do we care about Bluff? Is he our Bluff boy? He's athletics and survival. He's not really Bluff. She's our Bluff. But she uses a perception. And she has Darkest Before Dawn. So, Bluff and Diplomacy, I don't really care about that per se. We could throw a Amulet of Health on him. Oh, I remember this guy. Ooh, this is definitely a quest that we can't do yet. An ailing Amawa priest regards your approach with curiosity. He coughs into a sleeve stained with a spatter of silvery flecks.
Come closer to the altar. Come inside. The temple welcomes all to worship, most especially you.
The priest peers knowingly at the center of your chest, lips curving an ardent smile, hands trembling. He touches a length of chain around his neck.
I ask only for no talking. Not until we pay our respects to Berath, to Rikuhu.
Rikuhu.
Let us pray.
He bows his head. Un momento, I'm going to grab another beer real quick. Alright. He bows his head. Cross your arms over your chest and watch. I kind of like the I kind of like the idea that as a herald, I'm full on, like I'm a herald of Berath, right? So I think I'm gonna be respectful towards Berath.
Deity of life and death, the endless devourer who encompasses all existence, hear this prayer, this voice chiming.
I gotta take my socks off.
I beseech you, Cahopa and Tangaloa, to ready this shell for sucking. Purify my soul in preparation for the coming of the next cycle. Digest all of my devotion. Swallow my sorrows, even the smallest swell, so I can be spit on the morrow. And Rikuhu, Berath, my god and goddess both, the eels that churn in ceaseless
Hopa and
cycle,
Tangaloa.
the new and the next.
God, I love the world building in this game. It's so good. The series, really. But so of the two games, Pillars of Eternity and Pillars of Eternity 2, I feel like the basic story for one, I feel like is a little bit better, but the world and the way that it is delivered is so much more refined in Deadfire. It's so incredibly well done. Anyways, from life to death to life again, blessed be an end. Very nice. Nodding fervently, he accepts your ending to the invocation. He presses his hands over the center of his chest, touching the item tucked beneath his shirt. Then, raising his head, he cracks a frail smile.
All right. I will address your inquiries best as I can. So ask.
This is a temple to Berath, right? So who is Rikuhu, Cahopa, and Tangaloa? They are the same.
The same.
Hey.
Your word, Berath. Our word, Rikuhu. We worship the twin eel, the cyclic connection of the overworld and the underworld. Life and death.
Cahopa and Tangaloa.
Life is Cahopa, and Tangaloa is death. Born starving, they devoured all living things, swelling larger each. When they'd swallowed all of existence, they tried to eat each other next. Now all things pass through their entrails. The end of one enters the mouth of the next, from the underworld to the overworld and back. Again and again.
Impressive altar. What else can this temple boast?
Under the temple, carved in the mountain's caverns, lies an extraordinary maze of catacombs. So I've read. They're the Hanging Sepulchers, burial place for ancient Wana chieftains. The bodies are protected by Berath's best, roaming, always.
Interesting.
Plus, the ways sealed by the deity itself.
Tell me about the writing on these tomes.
Liturgies, instructions for ritual preparations, when and how, sermons, some histories too.
His fingers trail carefully across stone as craggy as his skin.
All of this, it's our knowledge has gleaned through centuries of service. Now, I've got to leave it all behind for the next disciple.
I really do wonder, right, like, on the occasion of playing this game and just going through the game and just killing everything. Like, everything. Killing everyone. Because you see, there's just people placed throughout this game in the concept of, like, well, if they get into a fight, we don't want them to fight this single guy. So here's some bodyguards for the guys. There's just people packed everywhere. I think it'd be really cool to one day just play this game and just kill everything. Just kill everything. Truly murder hobo it up. His words catch in his throat, and he curves forward in a spine-racking fit, hacking until he's flush-faced. Fumbling a goat-skinned flask to his lips, He drinks until minnow-silvered liquid dribbles over and slicks his chin.
Better.
He wheezes, wiping a palm over his chin.
The timing's getting tighter. And there is one thing before the end. Something only one touch by Berath can do.
We don't have the insight for it. Oh no! Oh no! Berath and I have a history.
I know you do.
He tugs at a chain around his neck.
My eels, my infinity coil keeps rattling. Pendants resonating with your chime.
Ah. The priest presses the palm of his hand to the front of his chest. He stares, scrutinizing your face. He shakes his head, disappointed.
The coil resonates, but it's weak. You could unseal the way, but you'd die inside, I think. My chance would be lost then. Lost with your remains. Not just anyone can escape the Hanging Sepulchers. Alive.
I will not fail against adversity, I promise you.
Maybe you're stronger than you look. Like me. That's a good sign, I think.
He releases his grip on the pendant with a feeble nod.
I'd best not let this chance pass. There's a sacred text. The Eulogy to Isair. It's been buried in the catacombs beneath the temple for centuries, next to his champions.
Champion, and his really cool champion.
I need it. Of course, the tombs, they only open to the dead, or those bearing Berath's chime.
Why do you need Isair's eulogy?
It never was added to the tomes, but it holds the final clues for my death. It's my best chance. I prayed for decades, night to day and night again. Now, here you are, just in time. Means Berath sent you to see to my success.
I have some questions about Yssair and the catacombs beneath this temple.
I'll tell you what I can.
What's the story with Yssair?
He's no Juana, nor a death godlike neither, but he was a high priest of Berath. Yssair was a Diran, a hunter, chasing the undead 200 years ago. Read somewhere, one tome, he sailed to the Deadfire for a weapon, abhorrent to Berath. Said the blade held a power most fearful.
The priest's face flushes with fervency. His voice rises in volume as he speaks until his breath catches and he doubles over into a hacking fit.
Yssair fought hard for it, won the blade, but suffered grievous wounds. Berath kept him alive till he could make it to the temple's catacombs. His champions were the ones who wrote his eulogy. Later, they were buried in the sepulchers too.
How do I enter the catacombs under the temple?
You've got to go outside, on the lower walkway. Doors sealed up tight, though. Priests before me, all death godlikes, could open it. Door requires a coil, resonating with Berath's chime. But I haven't met a death godlike in my time.
I wonder if we were a death godlike, how different this conversation might be. I'd like to know more about the Hanging Sepulchers.
They're from the long-forgotten time, when there was only Juana living in the mountain. They got carved in even before the temple sprung up. Before there was Nekataka or a queen. They're well guarded, because not all of Berath's dead like the rest in their graves.
Fair enough. I've heard enough for now.
All right. But there's something you've got to know. Or I guess I've just got to say.
The priest bobs his head. From beneath his shirt, he untucks a stone-carved circlet in the image of an eel. The pendant vibrates on the length of its chain, thrumming harder the closer he holds it to you.
You're my best chance. Or only, maybe. Take the coil. It'll open the crypts. Bring me a sayer's eulogy, and I'll teach you all I know of Berath's arcana.
Okay. What was that about preparing your soul for shucking?
End of the turn.
Aha.
I'm nearing it. Been working hard, preparing for weeks. You know, to die. But first, I've got to leave guidance for my apprentice, the next in the cycle. Chosen to lead.
He sweeps a hand toward the stone tomes piled across the floor. You're dying?
Been wasting away for months. Can't say it's been easy, dying so soon. I thought about stopping a few times.
That's the thing, right? You're killing yourself.
Maybe you can see. I'm no death godlike. Berath bestowed not one in my generation with a chime. Not the next, neither. A flawed messenger like me can't open the crypts. So my best chance is to die.
You mentioned something about undead in the catacombs.
The dead, with their souls, they roam still. The ones who were chosen by Berath. Not everyone's born so blessed. Sometimes, instead, you've got to die for it.
This is a great quest line. Alright, sure. Honored guest. No.
Coming along well, is it? It can be dangerous down there. So I read. I never went yet. But I will after I die.
No. Eulogy for the dead. Yeah, so this is a triple. Success is unlikely. We can't do that yet.
Captain, let's go.
We can potentially, though.
You were saying still as a pond.
Go steal this? I don't think so, because I think we have to go around here. But we'll see.
Easily done. Just say the word.
Ooh, lock difficulty is 7. Again, we'll do a save and we'll check with Putty.
Your orders. You were saying, easily done. Easily done. Don't mention it.
Storm Toxin does shock damage and it applies... Oh, it's paralyzed and it does shock damage. Antidote, Potion of Minor Healing, the Berathian Scripture, the Many Faces of Berath, and Obsidian Spalls. Certainly think that that was worth a putty. So we'll probably just get that later when we come back. Because obviously we're going to do this quest at a later date when we're higher level and it's less of a chance of kicking our ass, which means by that point we won't need to use the putty.
Coming along well, is it? I never...
in order to accomplish that. So, okay, cool. Back to the Sacred Stair, I think.
Nice.
Must
and
gather your
quiet.
party before
You
venturing
must
forth.
gather your party.
Fucking do it. Alright. I think that is probably going to be it for this episode. If you are watching on Twitch, stick around. We're going to keep playing. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.